Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Cheyenne Sharp, and today is Friday, October 4th. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on Oktoberfest, the Cullman County Fair, and another supply truck headed to Hurricane Helene victims in the Appalachians. All this plus sports, weather, and more. But for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today.
Boom. There we go. The keg is tapped.
Oktoberfest began last night in Cullman's Warehouse District and surrounding Depot Park. The German celebration will continue until Saturday and includes stein hoisting and a costume contest, brat eating competitions, and the crowning of Miss Oktoberfest Josie Ratcliffe. The keg was tapped on the festival's main stage by Amy McAfee Wood, using a mallet crafted by her late father, Danny McAfee. Next up, last night, the Cullman County Fair also held a grand opening ceremony. The Cullman County Fair Association President, Charlie Chambers, welcomed attendees to the 70th Annual Cullman County Fair, sponsored by the Cullman Lions Club. Paige Clabo opened the ceremony, while the Cullman Fire Rescue Honor Guard hoisted the nation's flag. Chambers then introduced longtime fair manager Jerry Bonner to cut the ceremonial ribbon before the crowd poured in. Be sure to visit the Cullman County Fair now until October 12th. To finish out our top stories, Wallace State Community College announced yesterday that it's received almost $2 million in grants from the Alabama Community College System for Workforce Development. The bulk of the funds, $1.1 million, were awarded to continue to provide career technical dual enrollment scholarships for area juniors and seniors. These scholarships allow school students to concurrently earn high school and college credits while training for in-demand careers in several technical and health science programs at the college. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports. Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. In today's sports segment, let's get an update on a couple of Wallace State's athletic programs. The Wallace State's men's and women's cross-country teams continued in their strong performances this season, with second-place finishes at the Topper Trails Classic, hosted by Blue Mountain College Saturday. Sophomore Luke Kennedy led the Lions in the men's 8K race, finishing with a time of 28:03.4. Freshman Tyler Anthony was right behind him, crossing the line at 28:03.9. Sophomore David Robles finished with a time of 28:04.1. Freshman Elliot Denard followed closely at 28:21.1, and freshman Daniel Leah clocked in at 28:41.4. Freshman Connor McCrary posted a time of 28:51.5, and freshman Carson Masterson finished in 29:30.8 to complete the line's top 7. Kennedy, Anthony, Robles, Denard, Leah, and McCrary were named to the men's all-tournament team for their performances. In the women's competition, the Lions narrowly missed out on first place by just a single point behind the University of Tennessee Southern. Freshman Reagan Paris of Cold Springs led the Lions in the women's 5K race with a time of 21:11.2. Sophomore Eden Broomer followed with a time of 21:12.7, and sophomore Claire Deaton finished next at 21:34.7. Sophomore Grace Goslin of Arab was close behind with a time of 21:35.2. Sophomore Kendall Harbison of Cullman finished at 21:40.1. Sophomore Abigail Vega crossed the line at 21:40, and freshman Bernarda Tizapa Robles of Cullman finished with a time of 21:50.1, rounding out the top 7 for Wallace State. Paris, Broomer, Deaton, Goslin, Harbison, Vega, and Tizapa Robles were named to the women's all-tournament team. The Wallace State cross-country teams will next compete in the Royal Cross Country Challenge in Charlotte, North Carolina on October 11th. Moving over to volleyball, Wallace State secured a 3-1 victory over Calhoun Community College last week in a competitive conference matchup. The Lady Lions clinched the win with set scores of 25-23, 15-25, 25-20, and 25-18. Sophomore Chloe Jackson led Wallace State with 14 kills, 7 digs, and 6 block assists, adding a block solo and an assist to her stat line. Freshman Kaylee Dickerson matched with Jackson with 14 kills, added 12 digs with a block assist. Freshman Rachel Mecklenburg posted 6 kills, 12 digs, 17 assists, 1 solo block, and 5 block assists. Freshman Allie Price recorded 21 assists and 3 aces while adding 6 digs. Defensively, sophomore Abby McDonald of Fairview finished with 16 digs and 2 aces. Freshman Amanda Monge added 11 kills, 19 digs, 2 block assists, and 2 aces. The Lady Lions will compete next in the 2024 Showdown at the Wabash Tournament this weekend. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back after this message. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with the news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The students at Good Hope Primary Pre-K yesterday enjoyed a morning with the North Alabama Agriplex, learning of garden helpers and foes while learning to appreciate spiders. The Agriplex often holds classes and workshops at local schools to help get children involved in agriculture. RE Garrison is running a Fill to the Trailer campaign to send to Brevard, North Carolina. The company will have a trailer located at its shop on 157 and will be taking donations starting today until the trailer is full from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once it's full, it'll be transported to Brevard, North Carolina to be unloaded for distribution. The address for supply delivery at RE Garrison is 9170 Alabama Highway 157. Talk about some school spirit. Check out Dr. Barnett's new shirt and shoes that represent each of the schools in the Cullman County school system. Dr. Barnett has always been an avid supporter for his schools and teams. However, this is the first time he's worn them all together. The North Alabama Agriplex would love for you to join its last Lunch and Learn of the year. Although it's still fall, it's already time to be thinking about your spring flowering bulbs. Plant bulbs now for flowers in the spring and garlic harvest in the summer. The Lunch and Learn will cover planting, selection, and perennial care. To register, call 256-297-1044 or go online to cullmanrecreation.recdesk.com. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message.
What's in the magazine? October's peeking in. Oktoberfest in Cullman, let the fun begin. Heroes in our town, business all around. Recipes for sharing, joy everywhere found. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears. Community so bright, polka through the night. Sports spotlight today, kids come out to play. Fields and courts are buzzing in the autumn sway. Germans came to stay, crafts and brews on display. Cullman's heart is glowing in the polka way. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears. Community so bright, polka through the night.
Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Mary Jean Kelso. Mary Jean Kelso, 69 of Cullman, passed away on October 1st. A celebration of life memorial service will be announced at a later date by the family. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to her friends and family. Now let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today shows a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 81. Tonight sees patchy fog after 8 p.m., otherwise partly cloudy with a low of around 61. Tomorrow is set to be sunny with a high near 85, and tomorrow night also sees patchy fog after midnight, otherwise partly cloudy with a low of around 61. Sunday is set to be sunny with a high near 83, and Sunday night looks to be mostly clear with a low of around 59. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back bright and early Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Cheyenne Sharp with Cullman Today, wishing you a happy and safe weekend, Cullman.